Welcome back to the BLS Wallet channel. Y'all know what's going on. Today I have some news for you guys. NBA TV is trying to take Gills Arena star Josiah Johnson at the Underdog fires the arena staff. And this is facts. This is facts. Let me go ahead and get right here with my camera. But I am curious to see what Josiah does. I think people, and let me tell you something, as a guy that hosts a lot of face-offs, as a guy that does a lot of facilitating, as a guy that does a lot of commentating, you can be undervalued based on what you do until you leave and somebody else has to do that job. Then all of a sudden it's like, damn, what he does, man, by facilitating and being a point guard and making sure everybody gets their points off and making sure the conversation is fluid and making sure that we stay on topic, that is valuable. And Josiah Johnson has an opportunity with NBA TV, and I'm curious to see if he's going to stay with Gilbert Arenas, which I'm pretty sure he will. He's going to probably find a way to balance both. But let's go ahead and dive into this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're at 9.2K, almost at 10K. Let's get to the video.
What's going on there, guys? Back with another one. Want to talk about Gilbert Arenas and the situation with Underdog a little bit more. And one of his former employees who may be sticking around and on season 5 of the arena or Gills Arena, right? On Gilbert Arenas' YouTube channel. He's been recruiting talent over the last month and a half or so. His deal with Underdog was up, and we seen the whole fallout, everything that's going on there. But it looks like Gil may have some people that's coming in trying to poach some of his talent away or some of his former talent that he's already had. And I seen during the NBA Summer League where NBA TV put Josiah up there with Darren Collison.
Yeah, and let me tell you something, bro. Josiah is that talented. He's that talented. And facilitating the offense, facilitating the conversation. Darren Collison, smart guy. Stephen Nelson, I don't know who that is. Stephen Nelson, Stephen Nelson, I don't know who that is. But I know those two guys up here. Smart guy. Knows his stuff.
Saying that, you know, he was going to be on there tonight. I want to show you that segment.
A good place for us to wrap up today. But before we do, I just want to send a shout out to Gilbert Arenas Underdog. When we started this show, February 2023, we had some super lofty expectations of where we wanted to go.
I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the NBA TV segment if Around the Association doesn't have it in this video.
We're able to accomplish those things, becoming the #1 daily sports show in the world, Swaggy, or at least in America. But I want to thank all y'all on this couch, all the men and women that have graced this couch, all our tremendous staff, and all the amazing fans for everything that you guys have done in helping this become the show that it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate all y'all, especially.
Thank you. Yes, sir, brother. My God. Yes, sir. My God.
Appreciate you, gentlemen.
This is literally a sayonara on live television. I ain't dealing with y'all no more. AKA Underdog. I don't know how he feels about the rest of his peers on this panel, but that's a sayonara.
My God.
Skip, I'll send you a dap from over that way. Appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
Shout out to our tremendously talented crew. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This has been another episode of Gills Arena presented by Underdog. And if I don't see you again on this couch, a good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Here you go. He had to kind of grind and work
He do got it up there.
way to get that respect from his teammates, you know, the coaching staff, and he deserved it. Towards the end of the year, he started playing phenomenal. So I think he's a guy.
Damn, bro, Darren Collison definitely looks older. I remember Darren Collison picking up Russell Westbrook full court in the 2014 NBA playoffs. That was one of my favorite series to watch, the Clippers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, that round 2 series. Oh, man. Wow. Darren Collison was that guy at UCLA, too. Him and Russ played together at UCLA. They made a trip to the Final Four, ended up losing to Derrick Rose in the Final Four.
Guy that can give you 20 points per night. It's how he scores is what's impressive. He's another 3-level scorer, really good from the 3-point area. Mid-range is really good. He can get it, handles, and sometimes he doesn't even take a lot of dribbles to get to his baskets. You know, so somebody that's coming off the screen the way he is effectively says a lot for somebody like a rookie.
Josiah, something you said earlier, remind folks again, there's one basketball.
Yeah.
Can Ace Bailey get to that 20-point mark?
Wait a second. They're asking Josiah Johnson basketball questions. Like, I understand he knows basketball, but they're making him the person with the opinion here. They making him the person to give basketball takes and break down the game and give his synopsis on what's going on the floor, whether it be Summer League or NBA. This is interesting. I'm curious to see if he wants to be valued as such that, or does he want to go back to Gills Arena and go back to being a host? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes some of those guys, and this is just a flat out, this is not, it's just serious. Those guys flat out disregarded Josiah in a lot of situations. That panel did. Facts. A lot of times those guys, Kenyon Martin, Rashad McCants, sometimes those guys are flat out disrespecting Josiah when he was giving a slight take or a slight opinion, or even when he was trying to facilitate conversation, they're flat out talking over him. And he's dealing with that consistently on the podcast. And that is the definition of professionalism.
When you've got Keontae George with you, you bring in Darren Peterson as the number 2 pick. Lauri Markkanen likes to shoot the basketball. So
I think I'm agree with DC here, but just from the standpoint, there is one basketball, and Keontae George is going to be a point of emphasis. Darren Peterson is going to be a point of emphasis. You got Lauri Markkanen is going to be a point of emphasis. So Ace Bailey is going to have the opportunity to kind of be that guy, because you can't guard all of them. There is one ball, but you can't prioritize all 5 of those guys on that court. So you got some extreme bucket getters when Darren Peterson and Keontae George are out there getting it.
Darren Peterson, the way Darren, and this is just me breaking down game, not even just this video. What Darren Peterson is showing me in some leagues that he actually could be a point guard, getting double-digit assists. I know he had an 8 turnover game, but what he's showing me is that he can facilitate and he can score the basketball at an elite level. He had 12 assists in one of those games. If I'm the Utah Jazz, I set him out for the rest of summer league. Darren Peterson is showing some real elite levels. Ace Bailey has a lot of pressure on him to match Darren Peterson's energy in summer league, bro.
They're getting double teams. He's going to find himself in a position to get a lot of easy buckets and have a lot less pressure and strain than he did the previous season.
How fun are they going to be? Josiah?
You said playoff team.
I'm an LA guy. I'm sad to say, I've been to Salt Lake a few times. I'm sad to say, great airport though. I will say, shout out to Delta, great hub in Salt Lake City. But to be able to watch this Jazz team, it's starting to feel like the old school days. Stockton Malone, like they're on the precipice of doing something really, really special out there with this crew if they can all stay together.
Now, sure, you can look at.
He gonna break down the game really well, and now he's being given a chance to spread his wings a little bit, just based off all the things that he was able to do on Gills Arena. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. You never know who's gonna give you another opportunity.
Darren Collison, long NBA career, played at UCLA. Josiah played at UCLA before Darren Collison. So obviously they have some type of relationship, and both of them being on there. Maybe you could say that's a coincidence. Also, you look at Josiah's dad, the iconic Marcus Johnson.
That's fire. I didn't know that.
He still posts videos, Duncan, but you know him for being an NBA player. Also, as Raymond off White Men Can't Jump, right? We know that Josiah has NBA connections and things like that, but he did a great job as a moderator on Gills Arena. And when I look at this, though, it's an ironic time. Soon as this underdog stuff, goes the way it goes.
Could that be the reason why? Could that be the reason why Josiah quit on live air? Because he knew he had this NBA TV opportunity and also Gills Arena in his back pocket. Because having NBA TV in your back pocket obviously boosts your confidence in terms of you leaving so abruptly. Man, I don't need them people. I don't like doing this no more. I'm out of here. Opposed to only having Gills Arena in your back pocket and you're like, all right, I'm going to stick it out through whatever, September or whatever my contract dries up. Curious to see y'all thoughts on that or hear y'all thoughts on that.
Josiah is right up there on NBA TV. Not saying that he can't be on Gills Arena, but it's clear that they're looking at the talent they want to pull from different audiences and bring different people in to see what type of viewers they can get. And you can see right there in that clip how knowledgeable of the game Josiah was. So I don't know if everybody knows that he played for UCLA. I'm assuming everybody does, but if you didn't know Marcus Johnson was his dad, you could kind of see how he has a lot of connections and the things he's able to do. But as a moderator, I mean, he held it down really well for Gills.
Underrated.
A lot of times you'll see them bring in a woman and do it that way, to have somebody to look at for people on the show, right, and to break up.
Reading ad reads, being fluid in introductions, all those things that people don't value as much as the opinions across the panel is very valuable. because you got to get those ad reads off. If a lot of people are watching, you have to read them fluidly. And you have to read them with energy. You got to introduce your panel really well. You got to facilitate that conversation very well. You got to close the podcast very well. If there's a theme within that podcast, like sometimes they do Halloween or NBA All-Star Special or NBA Cup or something like that, that has to be facilitated very well. You got to have your input ready to go, and it has to be quick and concise.
All those guys having a voice, but Josiah did something different and held it down as the moderator for Gills Arena. And I think, obviously, you see him up there on the streams with Gil. He likely will be over there, but this right here do make me wonder how many people are coming to call, and are they giving people trial runs, and why haven't you used some of these people for NBA TV before? It's not like
because they popping.
Josiah is, or like, I ain't saying he ain't one of the guys on the couch, but his job was to moderate. So he's been this knowledgeable. The NBA been knew who his father was. They couldn't have gave him a job prior, to the underdog situation.
No.
Sometimes about breaking.
That's not how
talent,
it works.
Man. You can't just wait.
You got to get hot. You got to work hard. You got to become a hot commodity, and you have to have fans behind you. And Josiah became a hot commodity by helping out Gil, being his moderator, being consistent for 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years as a moderator on that couch. Things ended abruptly on Underdog. He kept it professional the entire time. And as a result, being in all the grouping all those things together, he has an NBA TV opportunity, and he has a chance to climb up in NBA TV.
Somebody blow up, and I would presume that Josiah is gonna go to Gills Arena, and you could do this too, right? Gil makes TV appearances. I ain't saying nothing's wrong with it, but what this does show me is that other networks are looking at the talent too that was on Gills Arena. But if you think about it, Josiah is probably going to be the one, just how well-spoken he is and the comedic relief that he has even on his Twitter page. He's probably going to be the one that a lot of people are looking at, and you look at his father, right? And so you're going to try to get in on that. But, yeah, Gil, people looking at your guys. NBA TV is looking at your guys, and we all know about the fallout with what they're saying about Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants talking behind his back, and Uncle Suge came out yesterday and said they was all talking about him.
Damn.
And I don't know if that was just, to throw a grenade in a crowd or whatever, or if that's, the truth, and he really just been collecting data. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't just
Hey, let me
say
tell you
one
something,
way.
man. Let me tell you something, bro. Anybody that, first of all, and let me tell you why it becomes more and more believable to me every day. Nobody is going to have receipts the way he says he has receipts, and in the way Kenyon Martin embarrassed him on live. He got receipts, bro. And nobody said nothing about it yet. Kenyon Martin responds to a lot of things. He ain't responded to that yet. Maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's taking a high road with it.
Other right, but he put that out there, and we'll see how this thing ends for all those guys, man. But let me know what you think about this. You think other people?
Shout out to Around the Association, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Brody. Hit the like button and subscribe. But Josiah is very professional in the things that he does. He kept it P the entire time he was on the arena, and then he left perfectly, in my opinion, with a Gills Arena shirt on. So we'll see what's in store for him, and we'll see what's in store for the rest of the panel. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. We almost at 10K, and we'll see you guys in the next video.